Hotel. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. My name is Khadija, and I'm here today to discuss this film called To Innocence of Muslims and my reaction. My reaction: disgust, appalled, disappointment. It is shown our Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon him, in an untrue and negative light. However, this clown from California, which I don't recall his name, has made a film in his dungeon and put it on YouTube for the world to see. In fact, more than likely knowing, what chaos he would cause. Now, by law, he can do this. He can make a film and put it on YouTube, and even if I don't like it, there's not a whole lot that we can do about it. YouTube, however, will not remove this film. Google will not remove it because the person that made this film is protected by freedom of speech, and according to YouTube and Google, he has done nothing to go against YouTube's user agreement. So, Muslim brothers and sisters, unfortunately, this film may be on YouTube forever or indefinitely. And there's not a whole lot that we can do about it. Now, I would say to you, if you want to protest, that's fine. But Muslim brothers and sisters, we should do it peacefully. Violence plus violence equals more violence. And I will say that this man did not do this from a big Hollywood studio. He did it from his dungeon. They have since taken him in for questioning about the movie, but he's not under arrest in regards to the movie because, by law, he hasn't done anything wrong. But morally, yes. Because it's the same as someone coming on YouTube and saying something negative about Christianity. Morally, it's wrong. But fortunately, he can come on YouTube and pretty much say what he wants or create whatever he wants, just about. So he's being taken into questioning about the movie. But also, they have not arrested him, but he may be arrested if he's violated his probation. And I'd like to know is, since he's got the balls, cojones, to do this and show it on YouTube, when they went to take him in for questioning, he came out like this. His skin was covered and his face was completely covered. Now, I'm not saying that this is the man that actually did it, because the man that made the film under a false name. I'm not saying it's him. But if it is him, if you could do that and anger so many people, why aren't you brave enough to show your face? Why is that? So, when they asked him when he was being taken to the police headquarters, which they said he's not under arrest for this film, but he's taken in for questioning. So what I'd like to know is number one, why is his face covered? And number two is he has no response to this at all. There's no response to him making the film, and he has no response to the chaos surrounding the film. Now, okay, let me just say, maybe later in the days we'll hear that this is not the man. But if it is the man, then why don't you be a man and stand up and say, yes, I made the film, okay? And why don't you tell us what we want to know, okay? I mean, he's just insulted many people in the world. And I'm sure he knew what he was doing. Now, I know people are protesting in the streets, saying they hate America, and they're storming into the embassies, taking innocent lives, hurting their fellow Muslim brothers, hurting the police in their country that are more than likely also Muslim, burning up property, destroying their country. Now, violence, let's do the math. Violence, can you do it with me, son? Violence plus violence equals more violence. And it doesn't solve anything. I do believe in the Quran, because I've read it 5 different times, that this is wrong. I mean, the people that worked in the embassies have nothing to do with this man making this film. They have families, and even if they don't, they have someone that cares about them. They are someone, was someone. And to storm in the embassy and kill them for the action of this man is wrong. I am from America, but I'm living abroad. And I can say to fellow Muslims that this is not the thinking of all Americans. There is also a large community in different cities of Muslims. And just because America is a Christian country doesn't make it the thinking of all. There are Christians that I've met that said, okay, I'm a Christian, you're Muslim, but we believe in God. I like you, or I don't like you because you get on my nerves. But, you know, it's wrong to take a life, period, in a story, unless it's under self-defense. And I am not inciting violence. My message to fellow Muslims is that what we need to do, if you're going to protest, protest non-violently, peacefully. Protest peacefully, calmly, okay? Because I know that this is wrong what this man has done, but it's also wrong to kill and hurt innocent people. That's also wrong. And I'm probably going to get things thrown at me, and probably for making this, but I'm just speaking my mind. It's wrong. It's wrong morally what he did by making this. He's crossed the line by making this film. But it's also wrong to hurt your fellow brothers. Because I watch the news, police officers are getting hurt, other protesters are getting hurt, things are being destroyed, buildings are burning down. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. And I think that what's happened is that if you look at the news, it looks like I don't know, it just seems like when I first heard about it, I thought it was some film out of Hollywood that some big like picture company made this picture, and that's why people are upset. So fellow Muslims that are thinking about going in the streets and burning up things and destroying property and looting and killing others, please don't do it. It is not in the teachings of the Quran. In the teachings of Islam, it's not there. I've read the Quran 5 different times. You should not kill another person. Should not. Now, this is scary for me because I live abroad and I am Muslim. And, it's just that many people get hurt all around the world, all the time, on a daily basis. And I still stand firm that violence plus violence equals more violence. And the other thing I want to say is that I'm not sure that this is all heated from this film. I know that people are angry, but I think people are angry about the conditions in which they live. And this is a hard time for everyone around the world. We're in crises. People don't have jobs. Religions, people's faiths are being attacked. People are being singled out. It's really a difficult time to be living in. But we still have to keep a level of sanity as well. I just want to, now I'm going to switch from talking to my Muslim brothers and sisters to talking to my fellow American citizens back home in the States. When you look at the news and they say Middle East, please look at your globe. There is no Middle East. You say, well, what the bleeping crap is this backwards chick talking about? There's no Middle East. Look at the map, look at the globe, and look at Africa. Morocco's in Africa. Libya's in Africa. Tunisia is in Africa. Egypt is in Africa. And these are all black people. So, well, what's this got to do with anything? I'm going somewhere, and where I'm going is that today I saw on some Joe Morrison show or whatever, this hick man is talking about these savages, referring to people in Africa, or the so-called Middle East that doesn't exist. These savages hate us because they hate us. American people, that is not true. That's not true. They don't hate you or hate you because you're American. We have a really horrible history. And I can exercise my freedom of speech as well. I'm not going to sit here and be patriotic, especially knowing how the law has abused me and my daughter, has kept me from my child, has placed false charges on me, has done a lot of things wrong, kept me out of my property, placed my child with a child molester. Man has tried to kill me, has let him go. And at the time of all these legal proceedings, I was wearing my jilbab, and this was during 9/11. And I do believe that this judge decided to punish me because of my religion and because I am a former talk show host speaking about African history, which is the world history. Because without Africa, without the people of Africa, there'd be no Americas. When he called African people savages, he couldn't be nothing but wrong. Now, I'm not talking about These people that are going around killing other people, and they're saying it's all because of a film. That's wrong. And I do not want to include them as being Muslim. I really don't. So, Africa, and the reason why I'm going there is because in the news, they're always breaking up Africa, calling Africa Moroccans, North Africans, or most people that I've talked to back home don't even realize that Morocco is in Africa. And these are all black people. 99% of the world's population is black. However, in America, because we're so brainwashed, we believe that the world's population is white. You say, well, God, she is so racist. No, I'm speaking the truth. The original people were black people. The people that built the pyramids are black people. Our math, science, history, true history, not his story, his lie, our history, all people's history comes out of Africa. And the reason that the powers that be, the people in control, are doing this is to create confusion among the masses of people. I am far from being racist. I am a humanitarian. I am for children's rights, for women's rights, for people's rights. And a lot of things that are happening in America is completely wrong. No one is speaking out. I'm not sure. I can say no one is speaking out. But people like these judges that do all these bad things, it's like we can't stop them. They just keep giving these children to these molesters, people that abuse women, kill women. There's no respect for women. There's no respect for life. And then we go over into these foreign countries and create havoc. And then people that don't know any better turn on the news and say that we need to go into these countries and create democracy. Well, we don't have it back home. They were going to send an innocent man to the electric chair back in Virginia. He was black and mentally disabled. Had no evidence of him ever doing anything wrong. And even our black governor would not step in and stop his execution. So then you have to say, for those of you white supremacists that want to talk about like, the jails are filled with black people. That might be true. But the law is not fair to black people. And that is the truth. It's not fair. I used to have complete faith in the American system, but I don't anymore. I used to say, then why do people do certain things if they're innocent? Well, I tried protecting my child from a child molester. And I got in trouble for sending my child to safety. It's called kidnap. I kidnapped my own child because I was trying to protect her, and they forced me to keep quiet while I did it. And told me I was not allowed any kind of appeals. And this happens every day in America. And a lot of black people get sent down the river because the judges, let's say it, it's not all judges, it's quite a bit, it's not all, don't like black people. And if you think I'm lying, if you happen to get in a scrape, watch and see. We sat in a courtroom and heard testimony of a young Caucasian woman who had stolen a credit card, knocked down an old woman, stolen from older people, quite a bit of people she's stolen from. Felony. Even the prosecutor said, let her go. And he's supposed to convict. And she says, oh, he said, oh, she's a good angelic. They didn't say angelic. Oh, she's a good girl. Let her go. She won't do anything wrong. And she got let go. And here it is. I'm trying to protect my child. And they penalize me. And as you can tell, no one's helping me. Because this judge has made a big stack of papers with nothing but lies on it. I haven't done anything wrong. How can you own a property and a judge keep you out of your own property for years? And then when you're out of the country, give your property to someone else, gives the joint owner complete ownership. And what about this? The man that tries to kill you, that's convicted of trying to kill you, but they say assault and battery. But don't you call putting a knife to someone's gut attempted murder? They let him go. Have no rights. And there's a lot of things that we need to work on back in America. And I don't think that we have democracy. In fact, I know that we do not have democracy. If you get in trouble, African people living in America, and you have to, God forbid, be in the same situation that I'm in, ask for help and see if you get it. You will be completely ignored. I've had my child taken from me. I've not been proven to be unfit because I'm not unfit. I had a clean track record. My child loved me and still loves me even though she's being blackmailed. Brainwashed. She's been kept from her own family. She's been kept from her only grandmother that she's ever known. And I have been denied access. So tell me if America is just and right. And where is my help? And we suffer. Muslim people do suffer. And I'm not just speaking just on my level. We do suffer because when I had to go through all these legal proceedings, it was, well, everyone knows that, or knew at the time, that I am Muslim. And I believe this is why I met my fate. This is why this has happened to me. So my message is that first we got to clean up the crap back home before we can do anything abroad. Because may the truth be told, we only go to these countries because we want the oil. Africa is one of the main places to get oil from. Okay, America you can get it from, but Africa has lots and lots of it. Lots of natural resources. So we are in a very sad state. Muslim brothers and sisters, please do not hurt other people. And people back home, you'll have to understand that people in other countries are angry with Americans because of our history and the things that we have done to these other countries. I will ask you, please do not look at TV and believe everything that you see. Television. Tell a lie and watch the vision. His story. His lie. And that's why I don't really like this boob tube for the children, because it installs negative things, negative thoughts to children, controlled by our government. And you can go out, people, and smoke your weed and your drugs and all that. In the meantime, your rights, which little we have, are being taken from us. They put these things out so we can hurt ourselves. So we can go, the lower man can kill the other lower man. And I'm just talking about class. I'm talking about economically. I'm not saying low as a negative. I'm saying that we're out in the street and we're hurting each other. And where is that leading? Beautiful Africa. And yes, those are African people. And no, they're not savages. They're just probably really angry and really frustrated with American politics. And I am not condoning the fact that people have lost their lives. I said earlier, killing is wrong. Like if you have to defend yourself, it's a total different story. And I'm talking about because someone says something or does something you don't like. I'm saying is someone pushes you or tries to take you out, then that's a different story. We're dealing with a whole new different topic. And I know probably I'm going to get a lot of negative people comments to say things, and I really don't care because I know that I'm speaking the truth. And all around the world there is mass confusion. Just remember, there are more blacks in this world than there are whites, and they're trying to confuse us. And I'm just going to talk to my brothers and sisters now. I'm just going to say this. We must stop using that word nigger. I'm not a nigger and you're not a nigger, and we should never call each other nigger. Why? That word nigger comes from the word necro. I don't even like saying it. I even sound funny saying that word because I hate it. That word nigger, nigga, comes from the word necro. Look up necro. Necro means dead. Black people are not dead. And for those of you young thuggies that are going around crazy out of your brain, this is to you. This is to you. That you're only doing what they want you to do. Calling women bitches, bitches, and whores, which I don't really like to say. Really disrespectful. But if you love yourself and know yourself, and I will suggest to you to try to find out your true history and don't listen to this BS on the TV and listen to what they say about black people. Go get some of their books and learn about our African scholars. Yes, Egypt, black people. Built by African people, black people. Not Asian, not European, black people. Your science, our maths, history, all of that, black people. Medicine, not the Greeks, blacks. Oh, she's saying everything black because she's black. No, because it's the truth. And they'll not tell you this in the schools. And then you have your young kids walking around dazed and confused. We'll have to stop this madness. It's going to have to be stopped. One way or the other, it's got to be stopped. So I've gone on about all these different topics. And just say to Muslims and ask, please, protest peacefully. These are not the thoughts of all Americans, and I can say that because I am American, but I'm Muslim. Okay, and I'm saying to you that think about what you're doing, because when you kill another person, you're creating a negative thing around you. And what I mean to you is that the Creator would not want you to do that. It goes against humanity. We're here to create, not destroy. Okay? And I think it was somewhere, I don't know about Indonesia or someplace, one of these countries, I saw a peaceful protest. Protest what this man has done. Okay? Protest about what this man has done. Please don't say Americans are this and this and that, because I'm American and I don't think like that. I'm Muslim. And I think it's wrong what he did. But we can't stop him. So I'm going to sign off now, and I hope I have got my message through very clearly. And I hope that African brothers and sisters back home, have a sense of yourself. And, I know I'm not trying to use this as to talk about my issues or anything, but it's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and we're going into a very testing and trying time, and it's very important for people to keep a clear mind and don't give in to the okie doke. And those of you from my generation would understand what I mean. And keeping a clear mind does not mean going out and getting drunk and drinking a 40 or smoking weed, doing drugs, getting totally out of your mind. Because you know what? That does not fix any problem that you have in your life. It only compounds it. And I think when people start to have a clear mind, they'll start to question what's going on in America. Just remember that I don't feel in my heart that we're going to get a president that will work for the benefit of the working. Now, when you say working class, I'm just saying for the common people. Presidents are like puppets. You move them which way you want them to move, and they're controlled. And please understand and go back into a history and understand what's happening in America, that it's not all pretty. And we should stop feeling like that we are so much above all of these other places. Because really, I'll just tell you this and I will go, that where I live now, we do not have such a high crime rate because of the fact that most people, well, I don't know about the law here, but the gun, we don't have that kind of problem here. You hear some things going on, but it's not a lot. But then again, America is a big place. So, I'm tired now. I've got to go. And I hope that everyone stays safe. And I hope that people that are watching this, and I hope that Muslims that are watching this, will understand that that film was from this man in California. And this is not the president's thought. It is not the thought and the thinking of all Americans. Okay? And let's just protest peacefully. Stop the killing.